Hey guys, I'm Shawn Lovejoy, founding pastor of Mountain Lake Church here in Atlanta and co-founder of churchplanters.com. As I thought about what I want to share with you guys in about 6 minutes today, I couldn't get away from sharing with you guys just a little tidbit of actually what I'm going to be sharing at next month's churchplanters.com conference. It's an executive summary, and I know you're thankful for that. I want to talk about something today called secure leadership. I think it's something you and I as ministry leaders struggle with, being secure in our own skin. Back when I was in the real estate business, I had a successful real estate career. I was a fairly confident young guy. Until I entered the ministry and then planted a church, I had never questioned myself, my abilities, my calling, maybe even my salvation so much as when I entered the ministry. And I think that's something we all struggle with. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our abilities. We doubt our calling as ministry leaders. And when we doubt ourselves, here's what happened. We begin to compare ourselves to other leaders. Man, there's advantages and disadvantages to social networking and the blogs and everything else that's out there. When I planted this church 10 years ago, hardly any of that existed. I thought breaking the 200 barrier within 2 years was awesome. Nowadays, none of your church growth is going to be good enough because you can always find somebody who's doing better than you are. And when that bothers us a little bit, we question what we're doing. Guess what happens next? We start copying other leaders. Man, I see so much of this. So many cookie cutter churches, so many cookie cutter church plants. There's so many churches now doing all the same message series, the same programming. Have you been to a pastor's conference lately? We even all dress the same, you know? When that doesn't fulfill us, guess what happens? We start condemning other leaders. We get down on people, we criticize people, we assume they must be watering down the gospel for their church to grow that fast. We criticize other churches' ministries who are bigger than ours, who move in too close to ours. And when that doesn't work, we start condemning ourselves. We get down on ourselves. We start questioning our calling, our abilities. Think maybe it's best for us to resign, quit, step aside, go do something else, sell insurance or real estate. All of those things, guys, I think are evidence of the fact that you and I are insecure in our own skin as ministry leaders. And it's affecting the church. It's affecting what God wants to do in and through our churches. Now, to encourage us, we're not the first ones to ever struggle with this. Even David, a man after God's own heart, was tempted to be insecure in his own skin. It all comes to a head. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 38. You know the story. But it says Saul dressed David in his own tunic, and he put a coat of armor on him and his bronze helmet on his head. David fastened on his sword over the tunic, tried walking around because he was not used to them. But here's what he said. I cannot go in these, he said to Saul, because I'm not used to them. And so he took them off. And I think David's a great example for you and me because in contrast to the decision he made on this day, I think a lot of you and I are trying to fight the battles of ministry wearing someone else's armor. For instance, someone else's armor can be someone else's personality. The very reason David would not fight the battle like Saul, the reason David wouldn't fight the battle like Saul is because he wasn't a soldier, he was a shepherd. That was his personality. And you and I are the same. The sooner we stop trying to express someone else's personality through our leadership, the better off we're going to be. You know what? The truth is, we're never going to preach like Andy Stanley or Matt Chandler or T.D. Jakes. We're never going to lead like Bill Hybels and Rick Warren. We're not supposed to. We need to learn from them, but we're not them. We're not to express our personality through them. The sooner we stop playing that game, the better off our ministries are going to be. Someone else's armor can be somebody else's talent. I don't know why you and I as pastors so much preach the parable of the talents. We just don't live it. We don't understand that everybody's not been given the same level of talent. We're not okay with the fact that most of us will never be mega church pastors and never have international church planting ministries. We're insecure in our own skin. We think if we don't have somebody else's talent, then we're not successful. And I love what some of these guys are doing, like are coming to our conference, talking about pastoring in the sticks and planting churches in the sticks and pastoring house churches, because there's all kinds of expressions of leadership in and of the church. Frankly, not all of us are called to be senior pastors and church planters and international speakers. Gosh, there's all kinds of talents and different talents given to different people. And God wants us to express the talents He's given us, not talents He's given someone else's. And I know what it's like, guys, to hear all these voices in our heads telling us that if we were more like plug in the blank, we'd be more successful. The truth is, if you go back to the ministry of Jesus, the 3 temptations, they were temptations from the evil one to be something God did not intend him to be, and it's spiritual warfare in our lives. What God wants to do is set us free. Set us free to express the calling that he's given us. If David had tried to wear Saul's armor, it would have limited his movement and probably caused him to lose his life. Could it be in our lives that we're limiting the movement of God in our lives and what he wants to do through us because we're trying to wear somebody else's armor? Let's take off somebody else's armor today, guys. And let's go fight the battles of ministry according to the gifts, experiences, testimony, spiritual markers, and abilities and personality God's given us. And I believe if we will, the kingdom will win in and through us. Thanks for letting me share with you.